Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
All right, that time of the day where we are focusing on a stock to look at. And to help us out, we've got Dan Koh. He, of course, is the man behind Companies to Watch.
Yes, good Friday morning, Ryan. We've finally made it through the week. I can't believe it's the second week with you guys. I don't know how you do it for years, Ryan.
I'm still getting used to it. You get there.
That doesn't help my situation, but okay, let's get started with Companies to Watch. And that's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends and risks and some of the hidden gems and warning signs that you might want to steer clear of. And of course, 8855-0893. Tell us whether you think it's going to be a hot or not. Okay, Ryan, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, Friday's edition. I think this is quite relevant to most of us.
Quite timely.
Yeah, very timely. Now, do you indulge in binge watching, Ryan?
Quite a bit, especially in the weekend. I'm going to binge watch right after the show right now.
Yeah, what's your favorite? What's the top of your list?
The not so long ago one was Squid Games, and then now I'm watching this one called Castlevania and other South Korean.
South Korean.
Yeah.
I see.
Castlevania is an anime, by the way.
So you got some K fever, huh?
I could say that to you as well. Yeah.
Okay, now, I digress. Now, moving on, yes, if you don't already know, we're talking about Netflix. And, for many, immersing in, some of the best series and movies in the world is one way to keep our stress levels in check. That helps us to forget about the worries of tomorrow, just like Ryan Huang, and live in the moment. Okay, now, we're in the midst of earnings season, and if you haven't already heard, shares of Netflix had surged about 10% after the release of its latest set of earnings results. Here's the thing, Ryan. This brings their year-over-year performance to almost 100%.
Yeah, quite crazy when you think about it because they have managed to build on quarter after quarter, growing their subscriber numbers, and also just passing on whatever price hikes have been coming along. Yeah,
it's quite a lot of numbers to crunch today, so let's jump right into it. And, it appears that in their latest earnings results, Netflix recorded the biggest quarterly subscriber gain in the company's history. Now, we're talking about a whopping 18.9 million users in just the fourth quarter alone. 2 times Wall Street expectations.
Oh, that's a record, right?
Yeah, were you one of them?
Of course not, because I was already a subscriber many years ago, so I didn't add to these numbers.
Yes, this brings the streaming giant global number of fan base to about 302 million globally. So revenue, meanwhile, jumped about 16%, and that's above analyst consensus as well. Earnings per share also more than doubled to $4.27, also above analyst consensus. And this comes on the backdrop of, increasing revenue all across the world, places like US and Canada climbing 15%, and Asia leading the way at about 26%. Now, turning towards guidance, and that's one that a lot of investors will be watching out for. And Netflix forecasts that the first quarter revenue is expected to grow more than 11% year over year, and expects revenue of $43.5 billion to $44.5 billion, also higher than previously announced. I think the biggest takeaway here is that everything is going up and up and up.
Yeah, there's this big push to drive content and attract new users, and I think a big push comes from sports, right?
Yes, and talking about sports, let's not forget about the recent successful Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson boxing match. Did you watch that?
I wanted to, but it just was not for me. It was not what I think a lot of people are expecting. Underwhelming, I think, is the word people use.
Quite underwhelming, I must say. I mean, I watched the entire boxing match. I did enjoy it, I guess, for, how they were selling the match. That was quite entertaining.
Yeah, the teaser is better than the actual thing.
Yeah, that's true though. The teaser was really a lot better. There's also the return of the Squid Game Season 2, which you're currently watching. I finished it already. What do you think of it so far?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm looking for the third, I think this final installment.
Yes, it's to be expected. No spoilers though.
This year. So they've really packed it in, I think.
Ryan is really riding on a Korean fever and a K fever. Now, Ryan, not so good news for you though, because Netflix will be raising the price for its ad-supported plan to $7.99 from the prior $6.99.
That's in the US, right?
Yes, that's in the US, and I believe it will be rolled out across the world as well, but gradually. The standard ad-free tier also will now be at $17.99, up from $15.49. So basically, all across the board, they will be increasing prices.
Someone's got to pay for all this content.
Yeah, but I think people will start paying for it because there appears to be a very strong lineup for 2025. You can expect, new seasons from popular shows from the likes of Stranger Things, Wednesday, Squid Game, and Alice in Borderland. That's another one of my favorite, actually.
Yeah, too much to watch, not enough time.
Yeah, never enough, So, with that being said, though, it's no wonder how analysts have called it near flawless. I don't think I've seen any analysts call a stock like this for any of the earnings season.
Yeah,
What about
this is
you?
the first time I'm hearing you say near flawless. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to be quite optimistic about where this is going.
Near flawless is definitely the name of the game. And of course, across the board, we've got, consensus forecasts from Tip Ranks, Yahoo, and Barron's, all giving a buy rating. And that would pretty much wrap it for today's Stock in Focus. Netflix. Now, Ryan, here's a fun fact about Netflix. Are you sick and tired of your 6 a.m. job? And do you ever want to just stay at home and binge watch and make a living out of it?
I'll say some days are tougher than others.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, boss, you're hearing, right? So, now, apparently, you can earn up to $54,000 by being a Netflix taggers. And Netflix tagger are basically these individuals that are essentially paid by Netflix to watch movies and TV shows on the platform
What?
and then categorize them with keywords and tags, and that's how it helps us to find relevant content when we're searching for it as
I
consumers.
thought it would have been automatic somehow. Like when you're producing a show, the Squid Game director will say, hey, this is a thriller.
Yeah, perhaps, that might be the case.
Okay.
But that being said, Ryan, I think goodbye to producer, presenter, and hello to Netflix tagging.
Maybe.
Time to update the LinkedIn.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance.